Kang Min-ho had everything. As the heir to the Haneul Group, the largest conglomerate in South Korea, he had a black card with no limit, a penthouse in Gangnam, and a line of women waiting to marry him. But Min-ho was miserable. "They don't see me, grandmother," Min-ho sighed, looking at the stack of marriage profiles on the table. "They see the logo on my business card. They see the inheritance." His grandmother, the chairwoman, sipped her tea. "That is the burden of our class, Min-ho. Love is a fairy tale. Marriage is a merger." "I refuse to believe that," Min-ho said, standing up. "I'm going back to university to finish my master's, but not as Kang Min-ho, the heir." "Then who will you be?" "Just Min-ho," he smiled, "the scholarship student with nothing to his name." Amara Obi was tired. Working the night shift at the GS25 convenience store near Seoul National University was the only way she could afford her tuition. She was a scholarship student from Nigeria, studying chemical engineering. She was brilliant, hardworking, and perpetually broke. It was 2 a.m. on a rainy Tuesday when the door chime rang. In walked a guy. He was handsome, impossibly handsome, but he looked wet and miserable. He was wearing a frayed hoodie and cheap canvas shoes. It was Min-ho. He wandered the aisles, picking up a triangular kimbap and a banana milk. He walked to the counter, patting his packets. His face fell. I forgot my wallet," he stammered. He looked genuinely distressed. In reality, Min-ho had left his wallet in his Porsche parked 3 blocks away to test the real world. The manager, a grumpy man named Mr. Choi, shouted from the back, "If he can't pay, kick him out. No freeloaders." Min-ho looked humiliated. "I'm sorry, I'll put it back." He turned to leave. "Wait," Amara said. She swiped her own employee card. "Beep." "It's on me," she said, handing him the food. Min-ho stared at her. "Why? You don't know me." "You look hungry," Amara shrugged, adjusting her glasses. "And it's raining. Nobody should be hungry in the rain. Just pay it forward when you can." Min-ho took the kimbap. For the first time in his life, someone had given him something without asking for a favor in return. He said, "I'm Min-ho." "I'm Amara." Over the next month, Min-ho committed to the role. He started coming to the store every night. He told Amara he was a poor student from the countryside. He told her he was struggling to pay rent. And Amara believed him because she had a heart of gold. They started eating lunch together on campus. While other students ate at expensive cafes, they sat on a bench sharing Amara's homemade jollof rice. "This is spicy," Min-ho laughed, fanning his mouth. "It's flavor," Amara teased. "Korean food is spicy too, you know. Try the plantains, it helps." One day, Min-ho decided to push the test. They were walking past a luxury boutique. In the window was a beautiful silver necklace. "It's pretty," Amara admitted, lingering for a second. "Do you want it?" Min-ho asked. "In my dreams, that necklace costs more than my rent." "Come on, Oppa, let's go before we get charged for looking." Min-ho smiled. His ex-girlfriend would have demanded he buy it instantly. Amara didn't even consider asking. But the real test came 2 weeks later. Min-ho came to the convenience store looking devastated. He put his head on the counter. "What's wrong?" Amara asked, stocking shelves. "My landlord," Min-ho lied. "He raised the rent. If I don't pay 500,000 won by tomorrow, I'm on the street. I think I have to drop out and go back to the farm." He watched her carefully. Would she offer sympathy? Would she tell him to work harder? Amara went quiet. She bit her lip. She finished her shift. Then she pulled out an envelope from her backpack. It was labeled "Plane Ticket Home." It was her savings to visit her family in Lagos for Christmas. She hadn't seen them in 2 years. She slid the envelope across the counter. "Take it," she whispered. Min-ho froze. "Amara, what is this?" "It's 600,000 won. It's enough for rent and some food." "I can't take this," Min-ho said, breaking character for a second. His voice shook.
"This is your flight money. You told me how much you miss your mom." "I can FaceTime my mom, but you can't FaceTime a degree. You worked too hard to drop out now, Minho. Take it, please." Minho stared at the envelope, his heart hammered in his chest. She was sacrificing her happiness, her chance to see her family, just to keep a roof over the head of a broke student she barely knew. She had shocked him. He took the envelope, not because he needed the money, but because he needed to frame it. "I will pay you back," he vowed. "I promise, Amara, I will pay you back 1,000 times over." "Just pass your exams," she said. The University Gala was the biggest event of the year. It was where the rich students flaunted their wealth. Minho wasn't supposed to go as his poor persona, but he heard that Amara was working the event as a server. He arrived in his cheap suit. The villain of our story, Sora, was the daughter of a banking tycoon. She had been trying to marry Minho for years, but had never actually met him, since he avoided social events. She saw Minho talking to Amara by the catering table. "Look at this," Sora sneered, walking over with her entourage. "The charity case and the help. It smells like poverty over here." Amara kept her head down. "Would you like some champagne, miss?" Sora knocked the tray out of Amara's hand. Glasses shattered everywhere. Champagne soaked Amara's uniform. "Oops," Sora laughed. "Clumsy. You know, that dress costs more than your life. Clean it up." Minho stepped forward, his fists clenched. "Apologize to her." Sora looked at Minho with disgust. "Excuse me? Who are you? Security, this trash is harassing me." The security guards, who didn't recognize Minho in his cheap glasses and messy hair, rushed over. "Sir, you need to leave," the guard said, grabbing Minho. "Don't touch him," Amara yelled, stepping in front of Minho. "He didn't do anything. It was her." "Silence," Sora shouted. "Manager, fire this girl and throw this beggar out." The manager rushed over. "Amara, you're fired. Get out." Amara looked at Minho. She was crying, not for herself, but because she felt she had embarrassed Minho. "Let's go, Minho," she whispered, grabbing his hand. "We don't belong here." Minho looked at her hand holding his, then he looked at Sora. "No," Minho said. His voice changed. The stutter was gone. The warmth was gone. It was the voice of the heir. He pulled his hand from Amara's grip and reached into his pocket. He pulled out a phone. "Bring the car, and tell the dean I'm here, now."
The room went silent. "Who are you calling, loser?" Sora laughed. "Your mom?" Suddenly, the double doors of the ballroom burst open. 6 men in black suits marched in. They pushed the security guards aside effortlessly. They formed a phalanx around Minho and Amara. Then the dean of the university came running in, sweating profusely. He ran straight to Minho and bowed, a full 90-degree bow. "President Kang," the dean gasped, "I didn't know you were attending tonight. We would have prepared the VIP table." Sora dropped her wine glass. "President Kang?" Amara let go of Minho's arm. She stepped back, confusion washing over her. Minho took off his cheap glasses. He ran a hand through his hair, pushing it back to reveal his forehead. He stood up straighter. "Dean," Minho said coolly, "is this how we treat our staff? Is this the culture of my family's university?" "Your family?" Amara whispered. Minho turned to the security guards holding Amara. "Take your hands off my fiancée." The crowd gasped. "Fiancée?" Sora screeched. "But she's the help, and you're Kang Minho?" Minho walked over to Sora. He looked at the spilled champagne on the floor. "You ruined her dress," Minho said calmly. "And you insulted the future mistress of the Haneul Group. Dean, revoke this student's admission and ban her family's bank from all campus transactions." "Yes, sir."
Min-ho turned to Amara. She looked terrified. She looked betrayed. He took off his cheap jacket and wrapped it around her shoulders. Min-ho, she shook. Who are you? I'm the guy who owes you 600,000 won and a plane ticket home. Min-ho led Amara out of the gala, past the stunned crowd and into a waiting Rolls-Royce. He didn't take her to his penthouse. He took her to the Han River, to the bench where they ate lunch. Amara wouldn't look at him. You lied, she said. For months. You watched me struggle. You took my savings. Was it a game? Was I a joke to you? It wasn't a game, Min-ho pleaded. Amara, everyone I know wants something from me. You were the only person who gave me everything when you thought I had nothing. He pulled out the envelope. The money was still inside. I didn't spend it. I framed it. He got down on one knee. I have billions of won, Amara, but this 600,000 won is the most valuable thing I own because it proves that love exists. Amara looked at him. She saw the rich suit, the expensive car, but she also looked into his eyes and saw the boy who liked her spicy jollof rice. You're an idiot, she sniffled. You know that. I know, he smiled, but I'm your idiot, if you'll have me. You owe me a plane ticket, she said, crossing her arms. I'll buy you the airline, he replied. I just want a ticket, Min-ho, economy class, and you're coming with me to Lagos to meet my dad, and if you complain about the heat, I'm dumping you. Min-ho laughed. He stood up and kissed her. Deal. 6 months later, the tabloids ran a new story. Chaebol Heir marries Nigerian scholarship student. The photo showed Amara and Min-ho at the airport. She wasn't wearing diamonds. She was wearing a simple dress, and Min-ho was carrying her bags, looking at her like she was the only woman in the world. Sora was never heard from again. And as for the convenience store, Min-ho bought it. He turned it into a scholarship center for international students, and every year on their anniversary, they eat triangular kimbap and jollof rice, because some tests are worth passing. And that is how a 600,000 won loan turned into a billion-dollar love story. What would you have done if you found out your broke boyfriend was secretly rich? Would you be angry or happy? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Love in Seoul stories.